In this video, we're going to be talking about all the pros and cons of living in the state of Florida. Hi, my name is Brandie with the Mathison-Klein Group at Keller Williams Realty, and today we're talking about all the pros and cons about living in the state of Florida. Before we get started though, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. All right, so I think that we all can agree that wherever we live, there's some pros and cons. So I'll start off with the pros and then I'll move down to the cons of the things that we love and dislike about living in Florida. One of the first things that I have to say is that I feel like we have pretty amazing weather year round. I personally absolutely love the winters and spring months in Florida because the average weather is about 50s to 60s in the winter months, and then in the spring it's a beautiful 60 to 70 degrees, and it's just absolutely amazing. Another thing is that Florida is one of 7 states that does not collect state income tax, so it makes your affordability of living in Florida great. To piggyback on the affordability, the property taxes are also very reasonable. In fact, Florida is rated as number 22 in the lowest ranking property income tax states out of the US. I also love how convenient it is to be able to get to pretty much anything. You're just a short hop, skip, and a jump away from all of the beaches, loads of attractions, the airports, all of those different types of things. I also really love the small town feel that our town has. It's such a great place to raise a family or even to retire, and there's just a lot of outdoor activities that you can do and be able to partake in. Moving on to some of the cons, the things that I personally do not enjoy about living in Florida. So my husband and I, we personally absolutely love going on camping trips. We love the road trips, and a lot of those places that we like to see are outside of the state of Florida. So one of the things that I dislike about living in Florida is just how long the state is. It takes forever to get out of the state if you're on a road trip. If you've ever traveled through Texas and it feels like you're driving through Texas forever, it kind of feels the same way when you're trying to get out of the state of Florida. To give you an idea, Florida is about 500 miles long and Texas is about 660 miles wide. So just make sure that you're planning on a couple of extra travel days if you are going on a road trip out of the state of Florida. Another thing that I'm not too fond of is just how hot and humid the summer months are. So the average humidity in Florida can get up to about 70% humidity. So you add that with 80 to 90 degree temperature, it can feel a little bit muggy. So during the summer months, you can find this girl. I am in the AC and I am loving the AC. Another thing that I'm sure that you know about Florida is that we do have hurricanes. So every year we have hurricane season, and we've had some pretty active hurricane seasons recently. So you just need to know how to prepare and how to hunker down and be ready for that worst case scenario should it come. Another thing that I feel Florida is notorious for is our bugs. I hate to say it, but we do have quite a few bugs. We have palmetto bugs, which otherwise known as cockroaches. They can get really big and fly around. We've got love bugs, which don't even know where those came from, but they're really annoying. And we have a lot of lizards and some spiders and different things like that. So it's just something that you learn to live with. Get some pest control, you'll be good to go. Florida also has some pretty bad drivers. I think that it has to do with the fact that we are such a melting pot. There's a lot of people that have moved here from all over the world, and you throw that into combination with a lot of tourists that don't exactly know where they're going. So it can be a little bit frustrating and annoying sometimes whenever you're going somewhere and all of the drivers around you don't drive that well. So those are some of the pros and cons. If you like this video, make sure that you check out our next video on everything to love about Clermont. Thanks so much for checking us out.